The NRUK Cup Series heads to Bristol, Tennessee here at the Bristol Motor Speedway for some short track racing the first time this season. My name is Jake. I'd like to welcome you back to the channel here for the NRUK Cup Series. Race number 5 of the season here at Bristol. Short track racing for the first time this year. There are a lot of tempers outside the racetrack. Are they going to be displayed today? We're going to have to find out here at the Great Coliseum, which is Bristol. Reigning and defending series champion Alexander O grabs the pole for today's race in that Chevrolet 24 for Hendrick Motorsports, and a great qualifying effort from Jensen Edwards, who starts in his outside for Levine Family Racing. Behind them we see Ronnie Spurley-Tube and Jake Richardson getting good starts. Joe Rutkowski and also Eli Bright, who loves this place and loves this track. Can he get some more luck again today? Like I say, it's the first time we head to a short track this season. 41 cars. Must be mentioned that the 2 cars at the back of the grid here, the 48 of Keegan Thompson and the 14 of Colton Yeo, both failed post-qualifying inspection. They all have to start from the rear for today's event. So misfortunate for them. They were starting towards the back of the grid for today's race. Another few drivers that had some poor qualifying runs. Jeff Bright in the 9, Max Rossi in the 41. They had bad qualifying runs in contrast to the likes of Carter Friesen, Felix Janssen and Riley Snare, who had great qualifying runs for their teams, and they stuck quite a high way up the order. Which one of our 41 competitors is going to head to NRUK Victory Lane today? And we're going to find out. 75 laps, it's a long race. Got to keep reserved. You normally see great battling here, also a lot of wrecks. It could swing either way, depending on what mood these NRUK Cup Series drivers are in. Rowe starts on pole. He has the pole award for him today. And yeah, we're just waiting for these cars to get rolling off the grid here. As the engines will get fired. We're all looking forward to this one very much. So last time out, Joe Rutkowski led the only lap at Vegas onto his first victory of the season. Are you going to see something similar today here at Bristol? Pace car leads the 41 drivers then off of pit lane for today's race. Very short kind of thing on. Felix Janssen's already hit pit lane with issues on the 96. The 96 was down pit lane there. If you just saw him in the background, not good for him. So he will not even make it to the green flag for today's race. And unfortunate for that team. Had such a good qualifying run. That doesn't matter now though, as we're green flag and we're racing at Bristol. Oh, they're wrecking already. DeLello's around and everyone is spinning. And that is not what we wanted to see in an absolute meme of a start here for the NRUK Cup Series drivers. The 47's around on lap 1. It's been one lap, boys. Calm yourself down. Mitchell Collins has got front end damage. Same with your Pez. So Front Row Motorsports definitely did not get the rub of the green for that one. Cole Hunter with heavy right side damage. And that was not the way we wanted to start this race, as Alexander Rowe came back to lead lap number 1. We had problems for Janssen, who hit pit lane before we even got underway. And Zachary DeLello spins. He had a great qualifying run. He doesn't now, and this has not been the greatest of starts here, as we're on a caution very early on. See, it's straight in the start here. DeLello throws it off into the turn. Contact with the 12 and Oliver Scott. Gets into the 12 again and just up into the wall. 3 wide in the first lap really isn't going to work. And every Front Row Motorsport car there had some form of damage. This could prove an expensive weekend for a lot of these teams. And all for Front Row. Big shame for them. Go back and see else what happened there on board the 47. I mean, you can't be going 3 wide on lap 1. That should be basic common knowledge here, but apparently not. It didn't work out for DeLello, and he brings out the first caution today. A shame to see, as the 47 really did have a good qualifying run. Here we go on board with him then. See, he gets into the 12 there of Scott. They kind of bang once. He hits the apron back up into the 12, who did a nice job of saving that Penske Racing Ford Mustang, but 47 then gets hit by the 36. The 36 gets hit by the 38 of Yepes, and Derek Hamill, who we've seen win at Kansas this year early on, he also must have gained some damage in that wreck. We're on the caution then for a one-car spin on lap number 1. It's not the way we wanted to see. The 96 of Felix Janssen also hit pit lane with issues. We'll see how much off the pace he is, if any. And Rowe leads them back from Spurley Tube, Rutkowski, Edwards and Gary. And we'll rejoin you for this restart shortly. Come back to restart here on lap number 7. No one's out from this race. Mitch Collins came to pit lane to repair some of those damages that he's experienced. And top 10 is as followed. Rowe leads, Spurley Tube 2nd, Rutkowski 3rd, Edwards in 4th, 5th, Tim Gary 6th, Jake Richardson 7th, William Duncan 8th, Eli Bright 9th is Anthony Charbois, and in 10th is Keith Stevens. Not the start he really wanted there. Let's see if they can keep it a bit more cleaner this time as the 24 leads for the 19 behind him. Pace car is back down pit lane. Here we go again. Coming back to the restart zone. Green flag is in the air. We're back underway here at Bristol. And a great start from Riley Spurley Tube on the inside lane. Here comes the 19 towards the front for Joe Gibbs Racing. Looking inside of 3 and 4, but Rowe is going to get the momentum off the high side, retain that lead on this lap. Again though, the 24 up the track, and Spurley Tube clear him this time as Rutkowski getting racy with Jensen Edwards in the background. Joe looking to go back to back here in the NRUK. Can he potentially achieve that today with a win at Bristol? Rowe and Spurley Tube having a great battle here. Inside definitely better in 1 and 2 as Spurley Tube now clears him. And we have a new leader here at Bristol. It's Riley Spurley Tube in the 19. As I said, the inside definitely better in 1 and 2. But in terms of 3 and 4, the outside definitely looks like it's got some momentum that you can use there. And get that run off the high side. Just going to help some of these drivers right now. Look at Jensen Edwards looking for a top 3 finish here today. The underdog team, the Vine Family Racing, what a great result it would be for them if they could, you know, maybe grab a top 5, even a top 10 today for them would be great. Spurley Tube continues to remain out front, but goes very high that time in the turn. Not really what Spurley wanted. Might get the run here as Rutkowski is looking low here for the lead in the 1. Talked about how this guy can go back to back multiple times already today, but must stress how important that could be for him, and he almost collides with the 19 there. Just forces him up the track a little, but sometimes that's what you got to do at these short tracks. You got to get your elbows out to a degree and force your way through the lead. Rutkowski's done that. He's your new leader here right now. Rowe back up in the 2nd. The 22 bounces off the 19 there, sends Spurley Tube up the racetrack as Jake Richardson. There's Rutkowski and Rowe now going to go at it. Joe, a good exit off the turn on the high side. Probably going to clear him here into 1. The 24 looks low again, as Richardson might decide to come into this battle here. The 22 is knocking on the door for 2nd place and maybe potentially the lead. Rutkowski's doing a nice job of, you know, staying as low as possible in 1 and 2 and getting a good run off the high side in 3 and 4. Rutkowski clears now. It's now maybe about for 2nd as Alexander Rowe catches the ball there. Not what the 22 wanted, not what the 24 wanted at all. And the 22 and the 95 dip inside to claim 2nd place. Now Richardson can maybe go and attack Rutkowski for the lead. Look at Jensen Edwards. What a great run he's having in the 95 right now. It's wonderful stuff from him. Doing a heck of a job up front early on here. Look at Richardson to the inside of Rutkowski. New leader, the 22 car. To the point at Bristol. And a nice, good green flag run right now. As it's Jake Richardson leading the charge for Team Penske. See their other 2 cars, Nolan Scott and Keith Stevens back there. Kind of almost inside the top 5. I think they are in the top 5. So every single one of Penske's cars right now running top 5. It's a great day for them so far as Richardson goes way high in the turn. And Jensen Edwards drops down low. He's now to the lead. The 95 leads a lap this season. Great stuff for him, but it's not going to hold on for it for very long. Here comes Rutkowski in the 1. Back towards the front. But Edwards gets the run off the high side. Good stuff from Jensen. As his fellow Brit, fellow countryman, Nolan Scott, waits in the background for 3rd. He's going to get overtaken by teammate Keith Stevens, Season 1 champion. Has won here before, I believe, back in Season 2. He's going to look to go and win again at Bristol as Rakowski clears the 95 and back up towards the front goes the 1. 95 and second. Good battle for third between the Penske teammates, Stevens and Scott. Rowan Spurley Tube once again going at it. And look at William Duncan inside the top 10 as well. Great run for him. Oh, Jensen Edwards way in the wall there. We've seen some others catch the wall today, but not as bad as that. And look at the damage on the 95. Massive right side damage for Jensen Edwards, who was having such a good run. He caught the outside wall badly and now has big damage on that 95. Surely going to affect the performance of that car. What a horrible break for this team, as Eli Bright looks to steal away 5th position from him, but not what the 95 wanted at all, as the front three now kind of got clear and are scraping the wall a little. It's Rakowski who leads, and the caution now is out. Caution is out. Who is it for? Don't know, can't see anyone around, but Charbois has back-end damage. That could suggest maybe the 20 car was involved, as the second caution of the day has come out. We don't know what for just yet. Rakowski leads them back to the line with Scott in second, Keith Stevens in third. Look how much right side damage some of these guys have got from scraping the wall, but someone has gone around here. We'll just check it out and see who's brought up second caution of the day on lap 25. What a good first run that was here. Some tough racing off of turn number 2 here that ended badly for the 20 of Anthony and Charbois. See him racing off the turn, 3 wide with Tim Gary and Roman Fenway, and they all pinch together. The 4 gets into the back quarter panel of the 20, and the 20 goes around. Hits the 4 again. There's Carl Hunter who's going to get more damage, and the 48 Keegan Thompson drills him in the rear. And that is what brought out this second caution of the day, as the 20 goes for a spin. Just want to highlight here how close the 11 of Evan Hunter was to being involved with this wreck and potentially hitting his teammate. He's fallen back for the order right now, but on board with the 11 to see what he saw right here. Certainly came close to hitting his teammate there, but he just about avoided it and keeps it clean. Charbois is around then, and we're going to get restarted sooner rather than later. Joe Rutkowski is your leader. Come back to restart here on lap number 29, and from that wreck, I don't think anyone's come pick that down pit lane to fix the damage, but they could have damages which could potentially slow up their car here on lap 28. Rutkowski continues to lead with the Penske boys, Scott and Stevens behind him. Jensen Edwards holds 4th position for now, and Riley Spurley Tube is in 5th. Behind them, Hendrick attack almost from Eli Bright and Alexander Ray. Then Mathis Wells, William Duncan and Nathan Stapleton rounds out this top 10. But Rutkowski leads with Scott behind him. Pace car is once again down pit lane, and we're going to get underway once more. So the restart zone, green flag back out in the air. And that was a much better restart from Rutkowski, but he leaves the bottom kind of gaping open off a 2. Donovan Scott dives down low. Can he completely overtake? Potentially. They're side by side off the turn. Rutkowski gets the run. He'll lead for now. But Donovan Scott is right there on the inside lane. Through the turn. They almost make contact. The 12 gets his elbows out, but to the front and to the lead he goes. Donovan Scott leads this race. Rutkowski getting very high into 2. As Stevens drops down low. Here comes Eli Bright. Some call him the master of Bristol. He loves this track. And he's up inside the top 5 right now. Can he get to the front and try and battle for a victory? So far it's been Penske domination as Scott goes up the track. Here comes teammate Keith Stevens to the inside. That means that every single Penske racing car has led a lap today. And that's obviously found out something different from the rest of these drivers right now, because they've all been up on the front. It's now Keith Stevens' turn. Try and gain the lead here, but look at Nolan Scott dipping inside and to the lead again. It seems like the outside lane definitely getting a bit worse now in 3 and 4. And the inside might, just get worked in. The driver's been running down there a lot more. Maybe it's getting a little bit more grip and a little bit more competitive there in 3 and 4 on the inside. So the inside might be the place you want to be here at Bristol, as traditionally it has been. Nolan Scott does continue to lead, but Rutkowski is putting on the pressure. To be fair, then these two have been up front all day. Look at Eli Bright looking 3 wide towards the inside. They're getting very racy now on lap 34. Great stuff from these guys. Rutkowski clears and to the lead again. But Eli Bright is carving his way through the field at the moment, racing his way up. Nearly a second. He will get second now as Nigel Scott continues to fall back. Didn't take this man long to reinstate himself at the front here at Bristol. The 88 and the 1, Rutkowski seems to have the best car out on track here today. Can Eli Bright, though, get past him? He has his Hendrick teammate Alexander Rowe. The pole sit come back. Oh, William Duncan! Round to the inside wall. Caution is out. Oh, and Mathis Wells as well. Oh, William Bulin and everyone. Stack up on the inside. DJ Reed, Rolly Snare's gone spinning around. Bulin is done for the day. Him and Janssen clatter into the inside wall. And a whole load of cars. They're wrecking again on the backstretch. What is this? Rick Ware Racing, 51 Dylan Trieste. And that is a huge wreck. Cole Hunter, big damage again. All the FRM cars have had a bad day. Mathis Wells was spinning. Eli Bright leads them back to line and he'll be the leader. But there's a lot of torn up race equipment from that one. Look at Luke Rainey. Jeremy Baylor. Keegan Thompson, I think, missed it. It was William Duncan that originally went around. I think him and the 19 of Spurley got together. And for the third time today, we're under caution. A lot of cars getting taken out here. 3 wrecks. Now, let's go see how this one has happened. See these guys racing aggressive for 6th position here on lap 36. And they were both kind of exiting the turn here. Both of them got high. Well, Duncan in the wall. Spurley looked inside. But his car just gets tight, comes up the track, hooks the 37 to the inside, and Duncan goes spinning towards the inside lane. And might be a lucky kind of charm for him, because what happened after that was the fact that the 19, I think, re-entered the racetrack from the angle he was coming out. Let's have a look. So yes, Spurley then, to avoid the 37, went up the racetrack, gets loose. Oh no, actually, it was the whole kind of check-up and stack-up there caused by Jake Richardson, who was taking evasive action to avoid the 19. He gets up into the 18 of Mathis Wells, and that causes a whole load of issues. Look, up into the 18 gets into the 52, and then there comes the 3 of Bulin, and just everyone else piles in. Cody Smart, the 27 of Dylan Ebrahimian. William Bulin took a lot of hard impacts then. And RCR tore up some equipment here as well. Back in a sec. I just gone back to the start again. Whoops. On board with the 3 car then, he tries and avoids this 3rd wreck of the day. He in fact actually got that wreck avoided. Slowed down in time to avoid the 18, but everyone else behind him just piled in. Felix Janssen in the tyre barrels there on the inside. 51 definitely had damage. There was also a 3rd wreck. JJ Reed, Luke Evans, I believe, was down pit lane. And there was also a 3rd wreck coming on the back stretch again, which involved the 51 and Dylan Trieste, who was running quite in the rear of the field. Let's see what happened to him. So, get through the first part of the wreck. I think he just about did. He did. And had to avoid coming down pit lane. Oh, and look, there we go. So it wasn't him. It was actually the 00 of Alex Reynolds, DeLello, and I believe Jeremy Baylor who got together. And that caused the 3rd almost incident there. So they were 3 wide off the turn and trying to get things sorted out. And again, they all got stuck together. And 00 goes around, 47 goes around. Here comes Dylan Trieste into him, Evan Hunter into them, and there's Ebrahimian. Oh, a car freezing hits his teammate in the 51, and Rick Ware implosion, you might recall that. There's a lot of torn up race cars from this one. We'll see who's going to survive this wreck here at Bristol. Eli Bright led them back, and he has Rutkowski quite a close way behind him. We'll join you guys back at the restart very shortly. We'll be restarting on lap 43 here, and Eli Bright has problems. The lap car of JJ Reed is out in front of him here. He's not lapped down yet, but he has to start at the front of the field. That's going to cause problems to C88. We also had an ordeal with him at Vegas as well, when he arguably cost him the win. So he's got to avoid him. A lot of cars out from this wreck. Luke Evans, William Bullen, Dylan Trest, Kyle Hunter, Luke Rainey, Felix Janssen, Mathis Wells and Diego Yepes, I believe, are out. A few of them actually have stayed out on track. They have big damages. They will be a lap down as Eli Bright comes to lead them back to the green. Can he get past the lap traffic of JJ Reed as quick as possible? He needs to, and he will. Dips inside of that 53. So we get restarted here once again. Looking along and Scott dipping towards the inside here in the 12. Eli still hasn't cleared the 53 yet, and the Penske boys are coming quick. He now does clear JJ Reed. Brickware race car up the racetrack. It's now going to Scott turn to kind of avoid that traffic. And Eli Bright is loving this right now, because as soon as you see those other cars getting stuck in that traffic, he can try and build a lead and try and get away from the rest of the field here as quickly as he can. So he's liking what he's seen. Look at the 2 car. Getting very close to his teammate. That could have ended much worse. And the lap car is causing all sorts of hell right now. Eli Bright could open up a pretty lengthy gap here over the rest of the field. Kowski and Stevens battling for third. Northern clears for second. Look at Riley Spurley Tube back up towards the front. Max Rossi, who started all the way back in 31st. He's up towards the front here for the first time today. So a good run from the Stuart Haas Racing 41 car. The lap traffic still proving the gap between Eli Bright and Lonergan Scott right now. And JJ Reed into the wall there. Can the 12 dip low and get past him this time maybe? He will. Kowski also clears the 53. And now he's going to get to the inside of the 12 car, looking for a run. On the front 2, look to get clear. Scott way up the racetrack. Kowski tries and dips low, cannot get the momentum that he would have liked though. There's a 12 trying to gain on the 88, the 1 car to the inside lane. Here comes Rutkowski. He's had a lot of laps today. He probably has the best car out on the racetrack. Can he get to the lead here? Meanwhile, talking about lead, Lonergan Scott got a great exit off the 4 this time. He's now right on the back bumper of Eli Bright. He is right there, but Bright clears for now. Meanwhile, Rutkowski looks low on Lonergan. Couldn't get it done. Eli Bright quite high up the racetrack, and Scott gets a brilliant run off the turn again. Bright goes low, looking to block the run of Rutkowski. Rutkowski with a fantastic corner in the 1 car. Great stuff from him, but look at Max Rossi coming up into this battle here. He's now inside the top 5. Eli staying strong and staying out in front. The 1 car clears him again though. Can he make it stick in the 3 and 4? He can't. You have to give credit to the 88 right now. He's doing a nice job of holding this lead right now. Some great defensive short track driving from Eli Bright. On display at the moment, the 41 and the 12 make contact. Rossi up into Lonergan. And that killed the 12's momentum. He also lost the position there to Keith Stevens as well. But it's Joe Rutkowski on the inside lane here. And he's back up towards the front. Rutkowski, your new leader. How quick has this 1 car been today? He just needs to round it off for a victory. Eli Bright, Keith Stevens and Max Rossi are all there to challenge. Don't run out Lonergan Scott just yet though. He's within a second of this lead group. This Rutkowski has just done a flawless job so far, and I think that's the only way you can describe the 1's performance today. But again, a good run off the corner from Eli Bright. He can't pull away. And Eli's getting there again. Great racing at Bristol. What a fun race this has been so far. Rossi looks low. Can't get there. Rutkowski up the racetrack as well, and Eli Bright can dip down low as they almost make contact there for the lead. Eli Bright, there is a bit of contact, but he is back up towards the front. A great battle between 2 of the best Chevy drivers in the garage. Eli Bright and Joe Rutkowski. Lap traffic of Diego Yepes and Mathis Wells though coming up. This could cause big issues. Lap traffic, always a problem here in NR. As the top 5 are really evenly bunched right now. Lonergan Scott in the 12 car getting, kind of trying to get payback with Max Rossi and race him as hard as he got raced by the 41. 2 cars also there. Look at this lead group of 5, but they're catching The 38 of Diego Yepes in a very, very quick fashion. Eli Bright way out the racetrack and hitting the wall. The 88 has caught the wall badly. And that allows Rutkowski to get clear out in front. Bright is falling like a rock down the field. He hit that wall very, very hard indeed, did Eli Bright. That allowed Rutkowski to jump inside and get to first. Nonagon Scott to second. The lap cars here are going to cause huge issues. Nonagon Scott, contact with the one car. They're beating and banging, coming off of turn number 2. Diego Pez this time. All getting very racy indeed. But Rutkowski has somehow emerged with a lead from this gaggle of cars. Scott and Stevens clear for second and third. It's Rossi up into fourth. Riley Spurgeon now into fifth. But look at the lead battle. Keith Stevens does not want to give this one up in the 2 car. He's doing very well. He now goes to the inside as Rutkowski has to defend the 2 Penske Racing drivers right now. But a great corner from the 1 car. And he'll remain in the lead. We come down to the dying embers and dying laps here at Bristol. Are we going to see a late race restart? Next lap car is Keegan Thompson in the 48. Will they catch him? Potentially they will. Rutkowski up the racetrack. Here comes the 2 car, Keith Stevens. Almost beating and banging off the 4. 4 car battle for the lead and Stevens is out on top. Max Rossi is there. Nonagon Scott is there. Rutkowski is there, but the 2 car pulls away fantastically. That time by Keith Stevens, looking to win again at Bristol in the NRUK Cup Series. This guy has to be the driver of the day, or the car of the day at very least. It's been Joe Rutkowski in the 1 car, who's doing just a superb job at the moment, running down that 2. Can he pass him for the lead here? Can he overtake Keith Stevens, basically? That's all he has to do. But then does he have to worry about what Max Rossi does, or what Nonagon Scott does as well, because they're up towards the front and towards the lead. Stevens blocking Joe. Does a good job that time. Nonagon Scott dips low for 3rd place. Meanwhile, good battle for the top 5 between Tim Gary, Stapleton, Fletcher. Oh, 2 cars. Stevens in the wall. Oh, contact! Towards the apron goes the 12 and Nonagon Scott. The 41 and the 12, not the first time they've had on-track contact today, and the 12 had to dip low towards the apron as the 2 car Keith Stevens kills the wall, and that could end his race. They're now approaching the lap cars of Keegan Thompson and Dylan Ebrahimian. Rutkowski leads, but Rossi is hot on his tail. Nonagon Scott is there in the 12. Max Rossi. Can he get towards the lead? He can't. He can. Can he clear the 1 car though? He won't. The 48 holds up the 41. But the 27's doing equally the same with Joe Rutkowski, and Max Rossi is towards the lead at Bristol. It's going to be an intense last couple of laps here. See if Rossi can hold on. Next lap car will be Jeremy Baylor. But maybe the lap cars who allowed the 41 to get clear. Nonagon Scott's going to have to do a heck of a job to run him down from here. How about Alex Fletcher, who's down to 3rd? What a great one for the 21. The 41's up the racetrack. Nonagon Scott is there. Side by side across the line that time. Can the 12 clear him? He will. New leader, Nonagon Scott in the 12 car. Don't really like the 41 of Max Rossi just yet though. But Alex Fletcher's there in the 21. Where's he come from? Fletcher's going to get 2nd and potentially challenge for the lead. Scott up the racetrack. Alex Fletcher with 2 to go is towards the front. Can he win for the Wood Brothers at Bristol? Scott way high in the turn. Max Rossi is also there. White flag for Nonagon Scott. Can he hold on for 1 more lap in the 12 car? Great run through the corner for Alex Fletcher. Can he wreck him? He won't be able to. Fletcher's there. Scott is high, but it won't be enough. Nonagon Scott has edged out the 21 of Alex Fletcher, and he has won a fantastic race at Bristol. What a brilliant, brilliant job from Nonagon Scott. And for the first time this year, he's heading to NRUK victory lane. He pips out a great run from Alex Fletcher and the 21 and Wood Brothers. to win at Bristol. Second place for Alex Fletcher. Third for Max Rossi, and he had a great race. How about Nathan Stapleton grabbing the top 5, as well as Colton Yeo had to work himself from last place into that position. 6th for Keith Stevens, 7th for Rutkowski, the dominant car of the day. 8th for Tim Gary, 9th for Roman Fenway, 10th as well for Eli Bright. See the rest of the order here. Carter Friesen with a top 15 for Rickware Racing, and also Brandon Grenier as well in 16th for Rickware Racing, having a great day. William Duncan fights back well to get 20th. See all of that in the top left-hand corner to where these guys finished. See there the Rainey, Kyle Hunter, Dylan Trester, William Bulin, and Luke Evans were the ones to retire. What a fantastic race from these guys. The point standings will be in the Discord, and looking forward to when you join us next time. Thank you so much for a great race, and thank you all so much for supporting the channel and watching. See you all guys very soon. This has been NRUK. Yeet.